What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick, as always. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Alter Ego from Treehouse Brewing Company, along with the debut of the official Julius can, which was just released last weekend at the time I'm recording this. And Alter Ego is a variant of Julius. Basically, it's the same base beer as Julius, but they altered the dry hopping tremendously, and they added Mosaic and Amarillo to the Julius dry hop. That's basically it. So it's going to be very citrusy, a little bit juicy, but it'll be just a little bit of a different twist to what you already know Julius to be. And Julius uses all American hops, as you guys may or may not know, and the actual hops that they use in Julius they don't specify, but they are American hops. So this growler was filled just a week ago yesterday. So super fresh, and so was the can. It was canned a week ago yesterday. So yeah, the Alter Ego was released for the anniversary party. It was actually brewed and released for the anniversary party last month in June, and I did have it, but I don't remember it. There was too many beers to remember during that day, so this is going to be really fun to crack it open and actually have Julius to compare it to side by side. Also, both of these come in at 6.8%, so no difference in alcohol whatsoever. So let's get the Alter Ego and Julius cracked open, and we'll see what these guys are all about. Alright guys, got the Alter Ego and Julius poured out here, and I didn't go as aggressive with the pour on the Julius, but still pretty nice. Had a good solid finger of white head, bigger bubbles than I remember, pretty big bubbles, some smaller bubbles. You can definitely see the carbonation streaming up from the bottom all the way up the sides actually, and the lacing is already just sticking to the sides of this glass. It's already happening. I haven't even touched the beer yet. That's how ridiculous it is. And as you can see over here, the Alter Ego has a nice big billowy kind of head on it right now. But as far as the color, guys, super dark. I mean, almost like a red, almost an amber color to this. It's darker than a golden. It's almost a reddish hue to this. Much darker than I recall Julius being in the past. It's really, I mean, up to the bright light, you can't see anything through this. You can't even see the light through it. It's just completely opaque, super thick looking, just really awesome looking Julius. So over here, guys, Alter Ego. Definitely had a solid 2-finger ahead there. Look at the lacing. Look at the lacing. I haven't even touched this again until just now, and the lacing is just all over this thing. This one's a little bit of a slightly off-white head, actually. Looks about the same kind of bubbles and everything like that, just sort of big. Both have a frothy kind of creamy head to them, but the color on the Alter Ego is much lighter. It's more of that deep dark golden honey color, less of that amber kind of tone that I was seeing there. And again, it's very, very hazy. As you'd expect, it's opaque. I mean, you can't see through it. I can't see the light through it, but it's a lot lighter in comparison to this one. And maybe if you guys can see that, holding them up, yeah, Julius is much darker. But let's go ahead and dive into the important stuff, guys. Let's get an aroma. I guess we'll start with the Julius and then see how the Alter Ego changes. And both of these have been out of the fridge for about a half hour now, so aromas should be there right away. Oh, it just smells like a tropical smoothie with a huge, like, fresh hop bag, hop punch to it. Like, it's hop bag intenseness in like a fruit smoothie, tropical drink kind of presentation. It just smells as good as any Julius I've ever smelled, which is just saying that it basically smells like the best IPA you could ever get. It's mouthwatering, it's juicy, it's hoppy, it's tropical, it's citrusy. It doesn't smell like a beer, really. It just smells like fruit juice in the best way. Let's get an aroma on the Alter Ego then, guys. Oh, wow. So glad I have these two side by side to do this comparison, because otherwise you wouldn't really know what the differences were that you're tasting an Alter Ego. First thing I notice, Amarillo. You cannot mistake Amarillo. It's this bright lemony, super bright lemony really bright orange, like a young orange kind of thing, like not quite ripened. Yeah, huge amounts of Amarillo. I'm not really picking out too much of the Mosaic, but that could just be adding anything to it really. Definitely picking up a little bit of that dankness in the back. But mainly I'm smelling a lot more Amarillo. Less of that just tropical fruit juice and more of an Amarillo juicy kind of thing going on. Both smell absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and get the tastes on these two. Cheers, guys. This is a really fun tasting. I got my dad here to do this, so it's really, really fun. Cheers, guys. I mean, it's Julius. If you guys haven't had Julius yet, please, please, please get your hands on it. Trade for it. Do whatever you got to do, so that when you see these reviews, you know what I'm talking about. But the consistency of this beer and how the batches keep getting bigger and bigger, and that it's this good still is pretty impressive. I mean, it's more than pretty impressive. It's incredible. It still reminds me of Julius the first time I had it. Tropical fruit juice bomb, hop bomb, fresh hop bag, kind of saturated soaking hops in like just pineapple juice, orange juice. Sweet, hoppy all the way through the taste. Seriously, no bitterness, just hop flavor left on your tongue, left on your palate, and then you're ready for another sip. A little bit of that resinous kind of dank finish to this one. A little bit sticky, amazing mouthfeel, carbonation, soft. There's no IPA like Julius. It's just incredible. Alright guys, so let's move on to the Alter Ego taste. Excited to see how this one compares. Nate called this a devil version of Julius, basically, so take that for what it's worth. Wow. Definitely a lot different. Wow. Right up front, I can almost taste like the alcohol a little bit, which is weird. Almost like a little bit of an alcohol note. I don't know if that's just like the the Amarillo or whatever, but it does follow the nose exactly like to a T. It tastes like an Amarillo, not a single hop Amarillo beer, but it tastes very heavy Amarillo, which again is bright lemon, bright orange, very like bright, almost not quite ripe orange, lemon lime kind of thing going on. I'm not really sure what the Mosaic is imparting to the beer. I mean, I guess there's some more dankness, a little grassy, a little herbal, not really like earthy or anything like that. Just a little bit, just a little bit dank. Amarillo is really nice on this beer, but I mean, I'll tell you right off the bat, comparing these two side to side, I mean, Julius, for me, for my taste buds, I just like this straight tropical fruit juice, hop juice kind of thing going on. But if I was having this alone, it would be hard for me to even compare. I wouldn't be able to really. I probably still would know that Julius is more juicy and tropical, but this is still really, really good on its own. I mean, excuse me. Look at the lacing on this, guys. I haven't even swirled this yet, but you're getting that juiciness of Julius, but you're getting it almost toned down in a way, I think. It's more of a citrus-heavy Julius than a tropical fruit-heavy Julius, which is typically what you get. As the Alter Ego kind of layers up in my palate now, I'm getting a little bit more of that pine resin sap kind of thing left over on the tongue. No bitterness either. I mean, good mouthfeel, great mouthfeel even. A little bit creamy, a little bit sticky. But yeah, it's much more of just an Amarillo version of Julius. So if you guys know Amarillo beers, you're pretty familiar with what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're really obviously both absolutely delicious. And of course, I'm just kind of picking apart the Alter Ego right now because I'm comparing it. But I will let these sit for another couple minutes because they're still a little bit cold, and I'll get back to you guys with my final thoughts and score in just a minute. Alright guys, so I've been sipping on both beers now for a little bit, and both warmed up a little bit more as well. So Alter Ego was the main purpose of doing this review, and it is absolutely delicious as you expect it to be, as a version of Julius. And yeah, it's just more of a bright citrusy toned beer than Julius, which is more just sort of a just dense tropical fruit juice smoothie kind of thing going on. Just a lot more bright orange, lemon lime, like grapefruit skin, that kind of thing. It's more like almost, I don't want to say cleaner, but it's just a little bit lighter, I think, body wise. It's a little bit more crisp. Whereas Julius is just like a hop saturated juice, and it's a little bit more. Julius is a little bit more sticky. This one just goes down almost a little bit more refreshing, like even though I think Julius is crushable as well. But you know what I'm saying. Amazing stuff, guys. Really like the Mosaic and Amarillo thing that he did for this beer. I wasn't able to really pick out the Mosaic, as much as the Amarillo, but still a really great take on this beer. I don't know how often he's going to do this, Alter Ego, but he's done it at least twice now, because he did it for the anniversary and then did it for this, for growlers, and then he did a small canning run of it as well. But if you guys have a chance to get it, if you ever see it in cans or can trade for it, I'm sure people who love Julius would love to just try it to say they tried it, because it's Julius. But as far as a rating, guys, Julius has 100. As you know, it's the #1 IPA on Beer Advocate. It's still 100 for me. Nothing's going to change about that unless they mess up the recipe forever. This beer is always going to be 100, and I do think it is the best American IPA, single IPA that's out there. Bar none, it's the best. But as far as the Alter Ego, I'm going to go 98 on this. I don't think I want to give it 99, maybe like a 98 plus or something like that, but it's there. It's just, it's kind of like, why? It's like you already have Julius, like you almost don't need anything else. I mean, when I reviewed King Julius, that's a different story. That's just basically making Julius more epic and doubling it. But with this, it's sort of just like a variant and see if you like it or not. And I mean, it's great, it's world class, but I'm going to go 98 on this, not 100. And that's pretty much it, guys. Alter Ego is sweet, it's juicy, it's citrusy, it's delicious. Don't listen to me, it's still an amazing beer. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. 98 plus for the Alter Ego, 100 for Julius, as usual. And thanks for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've had Alter Ego or Julius, and if you got to compare them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, guys, cheers, and thanks for watching. See ya.